Today we're back with another patch notes for SMITE. This is patch 4.25, Warden of the Underworld, and we have the newest god, that is Cerberus. But before we get into it, this will be the last patch. I thought last patch was going to be last patch before HRX and everything, but I guess HRX technically started yesterday, so it was the last patch before, but we get a patch midway through as worlds and stuff are starting in a new god, so it's crazy. Now, be on the lookout for a video probably right after this, within like, I don't know, a couple hours. I'll be doing a video going over Cerberus, showing you his abilities and stuff like that, and then I'll be going over the skins and stuff like that in separate videos. So be on the lookout for them. Be sure to drop a like and hit subscribe so you can get notified when those drop. Now on to the patch, the new god, Cerberus, Warden of the Underworld. Just a bomb looking guy. No matter what the abilities are, no matter how good, how bad, to me, he's going to be one of the coolest looking gods in SMITE. It just is. Passive is called Spirit of Death. Now, I will say the abilities and stuff are a little confusing because they don't really say what the damage is and scaling and stuff like that yet, but we'll be able to check that out in PTS in the next video. So, like I said, be on the lookout for that. Passive, Spirit of Death. This passive is a little nuts. Anytime an enemy god within 40 units of Cerberus is healed, that healing, 40% of it, goes to Cerberus. And then the healing is also reduced by 20% for the enemy god. So that's a little nuts. Just dead. I guess that's what it means. It says that healing is Cerberus receives 40% of the heal, which to me doesn't seem like correct grammar, but I think what they're trying to say is like Cerberus would get 40% of that heal, and then the heal that the enemy would receive is reduced by 20%. So that's a little crazy for a passive. Paralyzing Spit. Cerberus snake tail spits venom that passes through and damages enemies. So that'll be like his lane clear. I'm guessing he's a mage? I'm not quite sure. It doesn't say, so don't quote me on that. And his abilities don't really clarify that, that I can tell. If Cerberus dogs' heads are alert, which I'm not quite sure what that means, they also spit venom when the ability is fired. Each head is alerted upon hitting an enemy with a basic attack, and all are alerted after Ghastly Breath. Each projectile that hits the same target deals 20% less damage, but hitting an enemy will still... Okay, so this is crazy as ability. So basically you have 3 heads, and each time you hit a basic, you become alert. So it's kind of like Agni's passive and Nua's passive, where you gotta hit basic attacks to proc something. In a sense, it's that. So if you hit 3 basic attacks, 1 head alert, 2 heads alert, 3 heads alert. Or if you hit his 2, it'll automatically make all 3 heads alert. So that's pretty cool. And then you spit the venom, passes to the enemies. So if you have all 3 alert, so if you hit 1, 2, 3 basics and then cast Paralyzing Spit, they also spit venom when the ability is fired. So your 3 heads will also spit. So will you have 4 snakes that are spitting venom? I'm not quite sure. I can't wait to jump into PTS now to check this out. Ghastly Breath, which will also trigger his heads to be alert. Keep that in mind. Each of Cerberus' 3 heads releases a cone of noxious breath in front of them, damaging all enemies in range 7 times over 2.4 seconds, and reducing their protections up to 3 times. Enemies in the center of the breast, so I'm guessing it's going to have... This ability is probably going to look something like Nemesis's, I forget what the ability's called. Her clear, your main ability. It's going to be something like that, where you have the cone, and then you have a center cone that's going to do something else. And in the center cone, enemies in the center of his breath are also slowed up to 3 times. So it does work like Nemesis, because Nemesis's enemies are slowed once they hit the center, so that's pretty cool. This attack immediately puts all 3 of Cerberus's heads on alert for the Paralyzing Spit, so there you go. His third ability is called Soul Expulsion. Cerberus leaps a short distance forward, dealing damage on impact and serving the souls of enemies. These souls will not block Cerberus's attacks, and killing the souls heals Cerberus. Okay. So I'm guessing when you leap and hit something, souls spawn from the ground? And then if you kill them, so it'll be like a deployable kind of, and if you are to kill those deployables, they'll heal you? That's kind of what I'm getting at. So he has a passive that gives him some healing, a passive that just leeches off enemy healing, I should say, and then another ability to heal. He has what seems to be a lane clear, and he also has another damaging ability that's also a cone. So his abilities are looking pretty decent so far. Stygian Torment, I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. This is his ultimate, of course. Cerberus's haunting whale summons below him the souls of the damned, which then lift all enemy gods into the air while stretching the link between their bodies and souls. Damn. Damaging them. A short time later, Cerberus uses this link to pull the enemies to him. Oh my gosh. So basically it acts as like a Freya banish and an Ares ultimate. So like I'm guessing you'll have a little, it probably won't be a huge area, probably no bigger than like an Izanami ultimate, I'm guessing. And then you just lift him in the air, deals a bunch of damage. It'll probably be something similar to Genos from Paladins, if you ever played that, how he can lift him in the air and kind of like void grip him. It'll probably be something like that, and then once you're done, brings him right to you and pulls him in. Obviously you can beads out of it more than likely, but that's a crazy ultimate. He has a really nice kit, an amazing passive, a great ultimate. Alright, Hi-Rez, I see you. OP, Cerberus OP. Now into the god skins. Obviously, Cerberus is going to get his tier 2. It's called Hellwatch Cerberus. They can't see the voice back to that, but like I said, PTS is coming. Sweet Tooth Soul. This is really interesting. Soul has a lot of cool skins, but they're all still Soul. Like except for her one machine. It was a soulless machine or something like that, where she's kind of like a robot human type hybrid. But that is a limited skin. So this, I think, is like the first, other than that, like human skin Soul gets. It's pretty cool. Oh, nothing working on that. Okay. Brimstone Demon Thor. Oh, I thought Thor had 2 heads for a second. I was like, what the hell? But that's just his shoulder pad. That's actually really cool. I like that. That doesn't look like a Thor skin at all. It looks like an Agni Thanatos skin. I don't know, but I dig it. No, nothing there. I guess none of these are working. Alright, well, at least we got that out of the way. Or maybe they're working for you, but I'm not hearing anything, so. Next one is Grovekeeper Shing-Ten. Now, this kind of looks a little bit like Geb's Celtic skin that I had hated on before, but this one has so much more to it. If they would have done Geb's, I think it was called Geb, Druidstone Geb. If they would have done Druidstone Geb kind of like this, this is what I think they should have done with it. Just given it more stuff. The leaves on the shoulder pads. We got like Grover right here inside Shing-Chen's chest. You can tell there's a lot to the skin, and I can't wait to actually get in and check it out. A second Brimstone theme here, so we'll probably get a Brimstone chest in the near future. Looks like that's another theme they're going with. Brimstone Beast Camazotz, another pretty cool one, and so far both of these skins are cool, so it's looking like the series is going to be pretty badass. Now we got a Ragnarok event quest coming up. The battle begins, deal 20,000 damage. Sultan's Wrath, slay 1 jungle boss. The bloody battle, get 30 kills and assists, and your reward is an awesome chest. So pretty easy quest there. Loading frame is a Ragnarok loading frame, a lava recall skin, Shing-Chen VXG, and a soul bubblegum VXG. So pretty cool there. Now on to the god balance. On her, his impale. Targets who are impaled will now deal impales damage to targets they pass through. Wait, targets who are impaled. Wait, so does this mean that On Her can now like impale an enemy god and hit the wave? Let me read this real quick. On Her struggled in lane against other hunters, bonus absorbing the entire wave clear. Targets impaled will now deal damage to targets they pass through. So On Her's impale can now pass through targets. I know Conquest is the focal point, but you're about to see On Her jump up in the rankings for ranked duel. On Her's already a great duelist, and the one thing that he struggled at was people would just absorb his impale, and he doesn't get to clear, and then you out clear him. Not anymore. So look for On Her to jump up there. Can't wait to see what Sam the Dude and them have to say about that. Shock. Shock's Rain Dance now provides an attack speed slow of 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25. So does this no longer slow them? Used to slow attack speed on targets caught in this rain, which helped him box. We're now bringing this back. Okay, so yeah, I guess it doesn't slow them anymore. It's going to slow their attack speed, or it slows their attack speed and movement speed, but I doubt that. It'll probably be the attack speed, so that is really cool there. Bringing that back for Shock. Hunbats. His Sacred Monkey, which got changes before, got some buffs, so seeing some more buffs it looked like. Increased the damage from 80 to 260 is now 80 to 300. So before a couple patches ago, it might have even been the last patch, you saw Hunbats get some mana buffs on Sacred Monkey, so it didn't cost as much. Now you're seeing some damage buffs onto it, so they're trying to bring some Hunbats into the SPL. Terra, I'm guessing, is getting some buffs here because she has fallen off a little bit. Yeah, Monolith increased the slow from Shattering Monolith 30% to 40%. They got rid of the stun, brought the slow, and that's kind of what killed her, so now they're giving her a better slow, but it also increases slow duration from 1.5 seconds to 2 seconds. So when they got rid of the stun and made Monolith slow instead, that's when you saw Terra just take a big dip. So what they're doing is increasing the slow and increasing the duration of the slow to kind of compensate. So we might see Terra creep up a little bit, but I doubt this is going to take into effect for the HRX and everything, so this will obviously be for Season 5 and stuff like that. Zhonghui, is he getting some love? He is. He decreased the mana cost of his Book of Demons, used to scale from 75 to 95, now 60 to 80. This ability no longer takes away Zhonghui's basic book basic attacks while on cooldown. That's pretty cool. That is going to wrap up this patch, guys. If you enjoyed it, be sure to drop a like and hit subscribe for more content like this. You definitely want to hit subscribe so you can be on the lookout for my Cerberus first look and also my first look for all of these skins. This should be coming out later tonight or sometime tomorrow morning. As always, guys, thank you for the support, and I'll see you again soon.